Good afternoon and welcome back.
Well, thank you. I got to ask you about these 327 blocks. A 657 is a 327 block, right?
It could be, or it may not be.
All right, you got me stymied.
All right. Well, in 1967, GM made a 657 block that was used primarily as a 327 block. Different horsepower ratings. But also in 1967, GM made a prototype, first design, large journal 350 crankshaft to design a first-time 350 cubic inch engine. And they decided to use the 657 block by opening up the main journals to be able to use a large journal 350 crankshaft. So if you're trying to restore a 67 Camaro that originally came from the factory with a 350 cubic inch engine, and you're looking to find a block for your car, just by buying a 657 block doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to end up with a 350 cubic inch block. Chances are it will end up being a 327 block, as they made many more 327 small journal engines in 67 than they did the 350 cubic inch in 67.
I think they do stuff like that just to confuse us.
Well, some people think that, but that's not the case.
So is there anything besides the journal size, the main journal size, to tell us that as far as numbers?
Well, if the original engine code numbers are still on the pad with the original broach marks, you would be able to decipher from the code whether it was a 350 cubic inch or a 327 cubic inch. However, if the block had been decked previously for a rebuild or restoration and the code numbers were missing, then you would need to mic the main journal saddles to see if the block originally had a large journal or a small journal crankshaft in it.
Wow. That is really interesting.
And it would be really even easier than that if the original crankshaft were still with the engine, because you could tell from the casting number or the stamping number on the crankshaft itself whether it was a small journal or a large journal, because the 327 crankshaft and the 350 crankshaft have two different numbers on them.
Okay. Well, that answers that. Thanks.